Okay, Shaun, so you weren't here last week. You were, I was off working, earning money. So you had
The audacity of it.
You had the unique experience of witnessing a Gamers Watch podcast from the audience's perspective.
I did,
was
yeah.
Was it as bad as I thought it might be?
Well, I'll get to that, but first I've just got a little something to play. I think Duncan will appreciate this as well. And I'm hoping it doesn't get copyright striked, otherwise it'll be a long beep. But if it works all well, you'll hear this.
I mean, this is going to get copyright struck.
Uncle Eric.
Yeah.
That's going to get copyright struck, Shaun.
It might not because it's shit audio.
I'm sorry, but Shaun.
If it's not, I will sing it myself, all right?
1 second of the Star Wars intro got an entire episode taken down.
If that gets a copyright strike, I will genuinely sing it myself and put it in there. I'll screech it.
Put loads of talc in your hair and wear a big black leather jacket and they'll be sorted.
Jesus Christ.
I'm going to file a copyright strike myself.
I think what I might start doing then is purposely putting audio in that I know is going to get a copyright strike just to see Shaun have to sing that in himself.
I'll be like, I've put Katy Perry's Fireworks in this time.
Yes, 100%. I've put Right Said Fred, Too Sexy for My Shirt. Let's see Shaun do that one. So yeah, Shaun, how was it on the other side?
It was good. It was good to actually sit back and sort of be able to just relax and watch it. I do have a few notes.
Oh my god, I can hear paper ruffling.
It's only 2 notes, just for like that I took from the show. So for when I am on the show, I put 1, Shaun needs to be louder, angrier, and have access to a time machine. 2, whenever Shaun's not on screen, all the other characters should be asking, "Where's Shaun?" And
that's your notes. Your notes.
And I only wrote 2 because The Simpsons never got to point 3, so I can't steal anything else.
Okay, so your notes is that anytime you're not on the show, all I can say is, "Where's Shaun?"
Well, not all you can say. You just sort of slip it in every other sentence.
Fair enough.
Just to make him feel missed, Harry, you know.
Yeah.
I know you struggle with being a good mate and everything, but
mate, I deliver oats to Shaun's doorstep. I am the best mate. Oh, and by the way, everybody, you can now buy a sopping wet oats shirt on our merch store, and that's not even a joke. That is a legitimate shirt that Shaun has designed, and it is Shaun as the Quaker's Oats man, and you can have that on a shirt if you want to for some reason.
I didn't even get a "Miss You, Shaun" from Harry on the other one. I listened through it. I was like, "Oh, I wonder what they're going to say," and it was just, "Can you shove your face on Danny DeVito's body, please?"
You did a good job of that, mate. So, well, welcome back. We missed you.
Thanks.
Duncan did actually genuinely say just after we recorded, "Fuck me, Shaun should piss off more often," and I think that really is just.
How dare you?
No, he did actually say that he missed you. He did. I missed it. We missed your laugh. We missed your insane screech of a laugh. Yeah. It's difficult because whenever you're on the podcast, Shaun, when you laugh, your wave file goes so high that when I equalize the audio, everything matches to that point. So it just completely blows out the audio. So I have to equalize the audio, but not around your laughing. It's really difficult.
I'll lean back whenever I laugh.
Yeah, please do. What are you going to say, Duncan?
I mean this in the nicest way possible. It felt like a more grown-up episode. It did. I didn't have Shaun egging me on to be a fucking horrible prick.
Didn't it come across like we were real people, like adults?
Time to change all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, welcome back, Shaun. Do the intro.
You just don't. Oh, no. Okay. Welcome to Gamers Watch episode 41. I am Shaun, and as always, yes, 41. And as always, I'm joined by Harry.
Hello.
And of course, Duncan.
All right.
And today, our special guest is Asa from GameOnDaily.
Hi. Everybody else just did one word, so I just did one.
We never do actual intros. We haven't done an actual proper intro, have we, for weeks, because I've been in charge of it.
No, you done it halfway through an episode one time a little while ago.
I did. Yeah, that was as Connor was talking. I was like, fuck the intro. So yeah, welcome to the show, Asa.
Thanks. Awesome. I actually, I've told you before in the background, but I actually love watching this show and just you three just having a laugh every week. So I'm happy to be here.
Well, you can join the insanity. This is going to go one or two ways. This is going to go box and burger, and it's going to be really good, informative content where we ask you some real hard-hitting questions and you've got these amazing, eloquent answers. Or it's going to be like Dutch's episode where it devolves into madness.
It's going Dutch in it.
I'm not doing the selfies.
Yeah.
Good point, actually.
It's going to go one or two ways, and I'm excited to see which way it goes.
I'll get the ball rolling, shall I?
Oh, God. For fuck's sake.
I've got a new phone. I don't think I've got Discord on it. Hang on.
Oh, that's a shame. That's a real shame.
Hey, I just installed it, Harry. Imagine that.
Oh, for fuck's sake. We're just going to see you halfway through this. Like, I installed it. Great. Sean, carry on with the intro, mate.
Right, I'll get the housekeeping done. If you like this podcast, and even if you don't, then be sure to share it with your local... Who are we doing this time? I read it earlier and I forgot.
Well, it's Paul Tassi, because I was going to talk about the Destiny News Hub, but then as I clicked record, I was like, no, fuck it, I don't want to talk about that. So, I don't know.
Great.
Let's all bombard Gaz from GameOnDaily. Bombard Gaz. All right? Everyone send him this. Be like, Gaz, they told me to.
Okay, so share it with your local Gaz.
Yes.
And then make sure to follow us on Twitter, which is @GamersWatchCrew. Subscribe to us on YouTube, which is youtube.com/GamersWatch. And then also, if your platform choice allows it, leave a little review or comment on the episode. On YouTube, hit the notification bell to be reminded when we're about to premiere. And also, buy our bloody merch.
Yeah,
as I can say again.
Buy our bloody merch. And also, how many times have we changed the premiere date and time on this show so far?
It's been basically every other episode since going to YouTube.
Yeah. So we're changing the time of the show again because 9 p.m. on a Monday evening is just far oh, for fuck's sake, Sean. That is a joke.
I'm going to have to save that phone template that I made in Premiere Pro now. It's a weekly thing.
So as I was saying, 9 p.m. on a Monday evening is a little bit too late. So we are changing it, and the pre-show will be starting at 7:30 on a Monday, and then the episode will be 7:45 every Monday. So that is, what's that going to be? 7:30 BST is going to be 2:30 Eastern? Is that right?
Yeah.
And then like a different time Pacific? I don't know. Sean, you work it out.
It's 5 and 8 hours, isn't it?
I don't know, mate. I don't know, because by the time this comes out, fucking the clocks will go back. So I don't know.
Oh shit! I didn't think of that.
Fuck knows. So basically, just
hit the notification bell, and you'll
there we go.
Be reminded whenever we're going to premiere.
Yeah, and I'm sure within a week it will change. But we're not actually recording next week, so you will have like a week break from us being complete dickheads, and then you'll know what time to start. Oh God, what's happened now? Oh my God, Duncan.
Oh, we got another one.
So
Jesus. Right. So we know which way this podcast is going. Well, yeah. We know which way this show's going. Now, we've all been playing Back 4 Blood, which we will talk about a little bit later in Game Pass or Play. Duncan, you've also been playing a game called The Good Life.
Yeah.
And
it's great.
You've also been playing a game called Space Boat. And after this episode, we've got firstly a message from the developers that they've been kind enough to send through for their Kickstarter. And also you're going to just talk about the actual demo that's available of the game as well.
Yes.
Sweet. Should we move on to old news, which is the really only name that we can call this, because by the time the episode comes out, everything that we talk about will be a week old.
Don't see why not.
So FIFA have told EA to fuck off, basically. They told them to stop being massive dickheads, and the actual statement that they've given is incredible.
Coming from fucking FIFA.
I know. All you care about is money. World Cup every 2 years. So this is the statement that FIFA have put out. The future of gaming and esports for football stakeholders must involve more than one party controlling and exploiting all rights. That's pretty savage, isn't it?
What would you call the new FIFA game if they had to get rid of what would you call the new EA football game? I'd call it Ball Cunts.
Ball Cunts.
I don't think there's going to be a better one than that.
I mean, I already said my one earlier. I said football field, so it'd be like Battlefield, but football field.
Nice, yeah.
That's my idea. Sean, what about yourself? Have you thought of a ridiculous name for EA's football game?
oh god, Frostball, because they are like determined to have it running on the Frostbite engine.
Fair enough. Or they could call it eSoccer, just to really fuck over Konami.
eSoccer 2022.
Haven't they?
Yeah, isn't it so great that Konami have literally shafted themselves with football right in time for FIFA to tell EA to fuck off? It's just...
Yeah.
What do we actually think is going to happen with this? Because, I mean, EA have been told to pay $1 billion every 4 years. Is that right?
For the basically just to be able to call the game FIFA, because they don't get the licenses for the teams and players from FIFA directly, do they?
No, they get that from FIFA Pro, I think they get that from. So, like all of the teams and the player likenesses and all of the competitions, they're all done separately. But the actual name FIFA is what FIFA don't want EA to have anymore, which for me is just pointless. Like, what purpose does that serve?
I mean,
saying, I don't want you to have that name anymore. Well, they'll just change the fucking name.
I'm guessing it's going to be sort of like the Star Wars IP is now, with just different developers making different games, because they've said FIFA said that they were going to start doing it with like the World Cup and that's coming up. So I'm guessing because EA they haven't done like a World Cup game, separate World Cup game for a while, have they? So I'm guessing we're going to get a separate World Cup game, and then we'll get a separate Euros game in that now.
Oh,
but
I see
what the developer is. I don't know.
FIFA just want more money.
Yeah.
I don't believe it.
Shock horror.
That is an absolute shock. Oh my god, I'm utterly flabbergasted by that, Shaun. I can't quite believe the world that we live in, that FIFA and EA want money. Who would have thought?
Is something else? Sepp Blatter still there?
No, it's Giovanni Infantino now, isn't
He's in prison, isn't he, Blatter?
Should be.
Or he got a prison sentence. He's probably just in a villa.
I was going to say, is he in luxury prison?
Yeah, he's probably just at his house, just sat in his living room with his like 95 karat gold toilet, just chilling. So yeah, it's probably not prison, is it? But fuck knows. Yeah, it's Infantino is the new FIFA director. He's the bloke that wants a World Cup every 2 years. Mm-hmm. So just because they want all the fucking money in the world,
that's Arsene Wenger, innit? Who wants that? And I won't hear you say a fucking bad word about him, Harry. Arsene Wenger, leave him alone, all right?
All right. If Arsene Wenger's listening to this podcast for whatever reason, don't worry, I won't say anything mean about you. Is that better, Duncan?
Yes, thank you.
That's going to be the new Mick Foley, where you try and get Arsene Wenger on every week.
Yes. Mick Foley, weirdly enough, still hasn't answered. Still nothing back.
Not surprised. You slate wrestling at every opportunity.
Lest we forget that he was thrown 16 feet off of a Hell in a Cell in 1999 and crashed through an announcer's table. So can't forget that. But something else pretty big came out today, didn't it? It's the fridge. No, it's Ubisoft have apparently been greenlit.
I thought we were actually talking about the fridge.
Oh, it's a fucking fridge, whatever. Get over it. Oh, I didn't get a fridge. Great. Imagine not having a fridge and your only way of getting a fridge is a pre-order through game. You're sat in your kitchen, you're like, oh, mate, my milk's going warm. The Xbox! It's so...
I saw someone today saying that they're waiting for it to release in different colours. Like, you want a Series X fridge that doesn't look like a Series X. It's just a mini fridge.
Just get a mini fridge.
They could do a Series S one, and it's basically the same width, so it just fits like a single Snickers bar in it.
One chocolate bar. Like, yeah, it's a bit annoying that like people have scripted bots to steal these things out of baskets, but I'm sure everyone will survive. I don't think there's anyone out there that, because they haven't got this fridge, will now have warm milk. So pump the fucking brakes, guys.
They've got nowhere to put their 4 cans of Monster that will take all day to fucking chill. It's a fucking fridge, cunts. Get over it.
It's good. Oh, it's good to have your pep talk enthusiasm back, Duncan. Tell you what a guy. But actually what I was going to talk about is that Ubisoft have apparently greenlit a new Splinter Cell game. And almost immediately after that was shared, all I can now think about is that Ubisoft are going to make it a games as a service. And someone even said, imagine if it was a mobile game. And now all I can think about is how Ubisoft are going to ruin Splinter Cell. And I'm really worried now. They're going to Ghost Recon it, aren't they?
I can't see it being a single player.
Yeah, no chance. Most likely be some sort of games as a service.
Oh, imagine if it was a battle royale.
Not a single actual Sam Fisher in sight.
No, not one. It's just loads of people in black wetsuits just doing the floss dance.
You have given me hope.
Haven't they got like Sam Fisher's, whatever they're called. Is it the Third Echelon or something? They've got like that gang in that awful looking first person shooter free to play thing. X Defiant, is that what it's called?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they have.
So maybe that's what it is. You'll just be a character in that. So
this is hope for me. I was like, I don't want a Splinter Cell. I enjoy the running joke of there being no Splinter Cell more than I enjoy the game.
I'm with you, Asa. The longer they stretch this out, the funnier. It will be like 2058, and you'll have like a 73-year-old cult, and you'll be going, Sam Fisher's coming back, guys, I'm telling you. And it will be us on like episode 943, and we'll bring you in again, Asa, and you'll be like, see, it's still funny. It's still funny. Yeah, keep it going. That's what I say. Don't release a new one. Keep fishing for people. Yeah, totally with you there. Sam fishing for people. Yes.
Episode 931, popping it in the diary.
Yes. You heard it here first.
We don't know the time yet because we'll probably change it by then.
Yeah, it will be Tuesdays at 3 a.m. Now, Duncan, I've forgotten to mention that you've got a Ruddy new controller, haven't you?
Yeah, I just wanted to talk about it quickly because it's fucking great. I'm not usually a hardware guy, but my Elite controller has gone a bit shit. All the bits have fallen off of it. So I bought a Turtle Beach Recon, and it was only 50 quid, and it's unbelievable for the price. So the main thing is with Turtle Beach, obviously, it's all about the audio. Controller feels amazing to use. It's got two little back paddles, all the usual bits where you normally find them. But then you have like different options you can use in game. So you can have like bass booster, different equalizers. You can change like the volume for your mic in your headset.
What, built into the controller?
Into the controller.
Oh, that's so cool.
It's so good. And I was playing, and I didn't take my nice headphones downstairs. I was just playing Sandstorm with just a shitty pair of headphones I got from Game years ago, and I played Sandstorm with it, and it was incredible. Like I've never really been one for immersion or whatever, but I was playing it with a mate the other day, and he called in the gunship, and it sounded like there was a war going on like in my head, and like I was actually kind of shouting at him as if we were fucking actually getting shot at. It's 50 quid. If you need a new controller, it's wired. Doesn't really bother me, but I know that's a bit of a sticking point with some people. But it's phenomenal controller. If you manage to find it, you need a new controller. Great stuff. Turtle Beach Recon. Turtle Beach, not Turtle Beach. Don't be a turtle bitch and buy a Recon.
There we go.
Yeah,
that's the slogan.
Tagline. Yeah,
that's the tagline that they'll put.
I work in marketing, guys. Just and I tweeted at them about it, and they were like, "Let me know how it is." So I fucking will.
It's good.
Yeah.
So first of all, you need to play Hellblade with that.
Oh yeah. Good shout.
And second of all, I can't wait to see what you make on the back of this controller, Duncan.
Who knows?
It's
knows?
A mystery.
Well,
it is a mystery. I'm sure we'll find out soon.
Hi, great mate. Does your controller have flappy bits? Suits you, sir. Struggling to put new batteries in your controller? Not half. How much for a new controller? No way, Jose. Hey, don't be glum, my hairy little chum. Hey, great mate. All you need to do is get yourself a fan-riding-tastic tip-top-tiddly Turtle Beach Recon controller for Xbox. You're great, mate. Only $4,999, Bobby Dazzler. She's a looker. Just plug it in. Lemon squeezy. It'll make your game sound so good, it'll be like you're actually at war. Now don't delay your great mates, order your Turtle Beach Recon controller right now. You're great, mate. GameSwatch is a comedy gaming podcast that goes live every Monday evening on YouTube. I can't see all the time, it's how he changes his mind every week. We haven't got any affiliation with Turtle Beach, but I really Ruddy love his controller. Email can about Turtle Beach. Please fly, have some free stuff like what them influencers get. I'll make you a dance video or something. Love you.
Shit toast.
But Duncan, you're going from the good of the controller to the good life.
That's probably the best segue we've had so far.
Yeah,
do you want me to do my radio voice, Duncan?
Yeah, go on then.
Okay, here we go. Who laughed? Who cracked up then?
You can really feel that enthusiasm.
I'm excited for this.
I don't know which way this verdict's going to go.
It's been a while since we've had a Duncan Voices Indie Choices that's going to go this way, so I'm quite excited for it. So, this week on Duncan Voices Indie Choices, Duncan has been playing the little White Owls indie title that's just dropped on Game Pass called The Good Life. So, Duncan, was this The Good Life?
Yeah, thanks, Harry, you're great, mate. Hey, guys, do you like England?
Not particularly at the moment.
Me neither. What a hellscape it is at the minute. Hey, you great mates. Speaking of hellscapes, I've been playing The Good Life because it's really shit. And a review.
End of review. That's it.
I fucking hate this fucking game. So
I don't know anything about this game other than when I went on the Game Pass app, it said it was a debt simulator.
So just to tell you how miserable this fucking thing made me. So obviously every week every game I'll play,
I'm so excited to hear this.
I'll record some footage, just so Shaun can plonk it in the YouTube. And I went to upload it to the drive yesterday, and my hard drive corrupted. And then usually I'm like, well, I'll go and grab some more. But I was so fucked off that I had to re-download this fucking shit of a game. And then I got up early. And I thought I got up at 6 a.m. this morning just to replay the opening of this game for this fucking review. Hate it. So it's developed by that Japanese developer who's some fucking rock star or something. I don't know.
Okay.
He's developer of such bangers as Deadly Premonition and Deadly Premonition 2. Who apparently made this game as a love letter after living in England for 4 years. Don't know where the fuck he stayed. So it's a Kickstarter game that was delayed a little bit so he could put some finishing touches on it. Can't imagine what it was like before he did that. So the premise, you play as Naomi Hayward, who's a photographer who moves to like a little picturesque English hamlet of rainy woods. And you know the type, you kind of see, you know, get me like Somerset or the Lake District or whatever, just these really sweet little cobblestone streets, and there's like a little local baker and a post office, and all the community love each other, and everyone's probably a Tory. But the premise of the game is that so she moves to this town, this hamlet, and she's somehow
a fucking liberal.
She's somehow accrued £30 million of debt, and then she's sent to this little town to take some pictures and uncover a mystery in order to pay off the debt. The game reveals the mystery within 20 minutes. Like, what? I'm fucking done then. But then she's such a wretched protagonist. So like, you know, some games, like for example, God of War, Kratos at the beginning doesn't really like his son very much, but it's about the hero's journey, and then over time you grow to love him, and then you really really care for him. But this protagonist is such a bitch straight away. So you turn up in this town. This sweet lady comes out in a wheelchair. She's like, "Oh, welcome to this town. I've got you a house. Don't worry about getting your stuff. Here's the keys to a free house." And she fucking whinges about it. She's like, "Oh, I better have Wi-Fi and a bath." She's got a free fucking house, you grateful cow. So anyway, and then you fucking toddle off up to your house. It takes half an hour because she walks so fucking slow. But there's a button for skipping because, you know, it's all whimsical, little village life. Everyone skips the fuck everywhere. Anyway, you go up to your house and then you read your emails, and then it's like, "Oh, well, really, you've got £30 million of debt, but it's fine. Just take some pictures and that will pay it off." All right then. So then it's like, okay, we'll go back into town, take some pictures of people. and it's like a life simulator. So when you're there, it's like 2 p.m. on a Saturday afternoon. Now I live in a little Cornish town. 2 p.m. on Saturday afternoon is the hustle and bustle is real. There's loads of people there knocking about. The town is fucking empty. Like there's no one there, and I'm like, well, that's ideal because I hate people. But I'm trying to play a fucking game and take pictures of people, and there's no cunt there to photograph. So I'm fucking walking about. And then, all right, I thought, well, here's a pub. I'll go in there. The pub is called the 1977. What? Have you been in England, mate? And then you go in there, and then some punk rock girl walks in, and all of like the voices, they're all just real like stereotypical ways of talking at how people think British people talk. So it's like this punk rock girl, and it's real, but it's all like she's got a mohawk, fishnet leggings, a fucking arms ripped off of her denim jacket, and she's like, "Oh, I want a pint and get proper lathered." It's like, well, no one actually talks like that. Shut up. And then. And then you knock over to the.
You talk like that. Duncan, that's how you talk.
Oh, shut up! I want a pint.
You just did it.
I'm not appreciating where this is going, Harry.
Carry on, mate. I'm loving this.
Then you go into there's a mushroom shop. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't frequent these little villages very often, but I've never seen a shop in the middle of a town with no baker specifically that deals in mushrooms. And you go in there anyway, and
what kind of mushrooms? Because there is one in Torquay. Well, there was.
There is a mushroom shop in Torquay. Yeah.
All right. Well, fair enough. Well, I don't go to Torquay.
They sell really decorative vases as well.
Special mushrooms.
Yeah, they sell weird glass vases.
Oh, well, Torquay. Okay,
Bongs.
Makes sense. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yep.
Should have got the
Spicy.
It's very spicy.
And then you go into this shop.
Heroin.
There's a cat. Oh, get it. And then there's a guy behind the counter just fucking stuffing his face with mushrooms, but he looks like he's been plucked out of like Zelda from like Kakariko Village or whatever and plonked in this game. But he looks like nothing else, like no one else is there. Fine, whatever. So I found so and so to take a picture. Walk back up to the fucking house. Realise there's a garden out the front, and I'm thinking, what? So I can grow my own veg. I'm only here for 2 fucking weeks. I'm not going to grow potatoes, and I'm here for a fucking fortnight. So I go in, upload your fucking your photos. They're shit. But they're shit photos as well. It's not like these not like Instagram wankers who perfectly frame something. I've just snapped a fucking rabbit knocking about a hedge, and then you upload it, and then the money you basically make a penny against your debt per like you get on your photo. £30 million of debt, yeah, that you need to do. Imagine how many fucking photos you got to take. But then the game will be like, right, well, in order to get better photos, you need to take pictures of these popular hashtags. So you're looking at it and it'll be like flower beds, poster, bakers, alky. I'm like, what? Like, is this what you think of England? It's just alcoholics just knocking about the town. Unbelievable. Oh, it's so fucking dull. And then I'll tell you the mystery. It's so mind-numbingly fucking stupid. So
Spoiler alert.
You'll ruin you spoil your day if you play the fucking game. There's your alert. So then you leave the house, and then this nice lady on a wheelchair comes up to you, and she's like, "Just don't leave the house when it's dark outside.
Don't feed the house after midnight."
Oh God! And then then your character's like, "Well, I'm going to do that because I'm an awful bitch." So you leave the house, and then then you see the lady like zooming by on her wheelchair, like she's at the Noz, and she's fucking Tokyo drifting around rainy woods.
Deja vu.
Then it's like, then you play a bit of cat and mouse. So she's kind of going up, okay, and she's going up this pathway, but then she'll stop.
Fucking ludicrous shows up.
then you're following her up this hill, and then the cutscene will come in. It'll be like, "Oh, I better follow her." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know. That's what I'm fucking doing, cunt. Just let me do it. Just let me fucking follow her. Stop telling me to follow her."
She just burnouts past you in her wheelchair.
That's what she does. She fucking zooms off again. And bearing in mind, she's on a wheelchair, and it's like cobbled streets. And then literally this cutscene comes in about 3 times and she's like, better follow her. I'm like, oh fucking no, I need to follow her. Let me do it. And then you end up in a pharmacy in the middle of the woods and she's like, people call me the witch, but I'm fucking Rita and I'm the witch. Shit. Absolute fucking shit. Don't waste your time. And it looks like a 360 game that's had an HD texture pack put on it. Ask me the rating, Harry. What's the rating?
Well, I just want to like clear something up, right? So I am from a sleepy town in North Devon called St Giles in the Woods. There's about 13 people that live there. And you said that there's a button that just lets you skip around, right? Because everything's so whimsical out in the country, isn't it? I once watched a farmer punch a fox to death. Punched it to death. Like, picked it up and punched it so hard it died. That's the reality of the countryside.
That's the other button.
Yeah. And then he skipped away.
And ate some mushrooms. Yeah.
If we do ever stumble across some sort of whimsical village in England that isn't just grey and dull and depressing, I want to take Duncan there just so as people like skipping by having a good time, he's like,
fucking told you.
Off, shut up.
Send me there for 2 weeks with some potato seeds and a camera. I've away of the time.
So, Duncan,
yeah,
what is your score?
Shit to yourself. That's my rating.
It's shit yourself bad.
Shit yourself.
Well,
there
Shaun,
you go.
Make of that what you can with the dick butt yodeling score-ometer.
Get ready to shit yourself.
So really not very good then, Duncan.
It's not bad. It's all right.
I'm just in my head picturing this old lady just drifting around with the deja vu music following her behind as she's
I'll have to
power sliding.
Don't make me go on it again. I said we'll get some footage of her just burning it off, like just hitting the nos. Ridiculous. So angry about it.
Oh, well, I'll tell you what, Duncan. We'll give you a little bit of time to calm down.
So I think I might need to go and get a shit. They'll just trigger my IBS talking about it.
We'll give you some time to chill yourself out. Go grab a Magnum and do whatever you need to do with it. All right. Yeah.
Hi everyone. Harry and Shaun wanted me to record more of this fucking game. Oh God. So in my rage, I completely forgot to discuss the unbelievable twist. I mean, as games go, you know, this is M. Night Shyamalan levels of twists. And it happens so early on in the game, but this is all I can fucking stomach. So here we are. This is your Naomi Hayward in the house that she was given for free. You know, she's got a £30 million of debt, and she's given this house for free. And you know, British house prices are mental at the minute. This, if you're renting a little house like this in a lovely little hamlet in wherever Rainy Woods is set, you're looking at $1,300 a month, easy for a one bed little private garden patch. Loads of money. But anyway, you know, it's 9 o'clock. I can go outside and see what the fuck is going on with this stupid pissing fucking mystery. So here we go. It's night time now. Here's your garden. You know, put you some potatoes down. You're not there for very long. Doesn't seem the type, does she really, to plant potato seeds? But you know, people can change. People can grow like potatoes, I suppose. Here we go. Here comes fucking Tokyo Drift nodding up the hill in a supercharged wheelchair, giving you the eye, like Luigi. You ever seen that Mario Kart thing? But in her house she goes. Nice house. Good night. Thanks a lot. I'm going to go ignore your fucking instructions that you just told me. Maybe that's why she was giving me the eye, because she said you should be in, bitch. And here you are, out knocking about in rainy woods. So here's the mystery, guys. It's a full moon at 9 o'clock in the middle of summer in Britain. You know, still light out usually, but maybe that's another mystery. But here we go. Everyone's a cat and a dog. The lovely little cute cat with the pink bow there is formerly the punk rocker girl who runs the pub. So it's just funny, innit? The way they do that. Oh, you know, you're really a sweetheart. You're all soft inside. Yeah, thanks, narrator. You're great. Yeah, I know, right? There we go. She turns up again like one of the fucking twins from The Shining. Even though she was in her house a minute. It's the Noz, and off she goes up the fucking hill. So you start running after her. Why are you the only one who's still normal? Why am I still having to fucking play this game? I don't know. But I completed the quest of not going out. So it's that easy. Just don't go out. But I did go out. So maybe I didn't complete the quest. I don't know. But I don't go out every weekend. So I'm too old for that now. I'm too tired to go out drinking and be social. Yeah. Here we go. You're off your running again. And this is the game. This is the game. Just running around and walking around, doing fucking nothing. I'm sure there's some bits that come later on. They're a little bit more exciting, but I just haven't got the patience to get there. But here we go. Off you run again, up this little cobblestone street with the country lane and the lovely little walls you get in the country that were made in the ancient times, medieval, whatever. But think how quickly she's gone up this hill with those wheels. Yeah, still running. There's another little dog there, a skinny dog. You know, don't get fat dogs. Maybe you do. I don't know. I don't really care. Oh, there's something going on in the church tower. Oh my days. Oh yeah. How am I going to get up there? Well, find your way up there and then throw yourself off. Do us all a favour. There she is again. Little reverse. Little beep beep reverse. If you can hear that, George is doing hoovering outside the door, which is handy. I'm not even going to record this again, so deal with it. Here we go. So, following her again, even though you know that's what you need to do, but you keep getting fucking told to follow her. And it's Sunday. It's Sunday fun day. But let me tell you, if you are one of the type of people that say it's Friday or Sunday fun day, just clap your bollocks in between a pair of bricks, because I hate people that say that. All the best. See ya.
Because, and I'm so proud of this, we've got the Q&Asa coming up, and it's the best pun I've ever made. Asa joins us today from GameOnDaily. I'd like to apologise for the first 35 minutes of this podcast that you've had to witness.
I love that review. I'm just, the only problem is I want to get onto that game right now. So
I know, it's really genuinely made me want to play it, just to watch this woman burning out and a man eating mushrooms.
Your fucking life, guys.
Well, we've got a week off, so I'll hit it up and see what I think of it. So, Asa, thank you so much for joining us. It is honestly a pleasure to have you on. Myself, Shaun, Duncan, we all love what you guys do over at GameOnDaily. So just to have you here, it gives us real credibility, doesn't it, guys? Yay! No, but honestly, genuinely, it's awesome to have you on the show. And we wanted to just take a little bit of time to talk about GameOnDaily. If anyone doesn't know what GameOnDaily is, it will give you a chance to sort of talk through the site, how you guys started, where you guys are going. And also, I really want to know how you actually control Gaz on a day-to-day basis, because you might be able to give.
Does it look like I do?
No, it doesn't look like you can. I watched him bowl a SSD into a Series X a few days ago. Absolutely wet myself again. So yeah, Asa, honestly, thank you so much for joining us. If anyone doesn't know what Game On Daily is, give us a quick rundown.
First of all, like I said at the start, thanks for having me on. It's great to be here. I love this show, so happy to be here and talk about this. Game On Daily, first and foremost, is the first place to look is the website. It's more of a platform than a website, but it's a news aggregation platform, but with a heavy social element. So the concept behind it, I don't know if you're familiar with like N4G or news aggregation websites or RSS feed aggregators that just help you pull in news from all kinds of sources. Gaz actually messaged me a long time ago and said like, he's a bit fed up of using those kind of sites. Do I want to get involved in making something like it? And I responded very enthusiastically straight away with, yeah, but something way more than that. I want to do news aggregation, but I want a way more social kind of grounding for it. And I want to go into this area and that area and all these things that a lot of them aren't actually there yet, but real ambitious stuff for it. So the way that the site works, or it's supposed to work, we have some challenges getting people there to get all of the systems kind of singing in the way that they're supposed to. But the way that it works is if you and some of your friends are using that website and you're engaging with stories from content creators that you like, your friends will start seeing the news that you're engaging with, and things share kind of organically within your own little communities. So it's made to support all kinds of different communities with all kinds of different interests within gaming. At the moment, biggest challenge we've got is getting people to start using it so that those systems can sing, like I say. But we'll get there. We obviously have our YouTube channel, which we're actually probably better known for, thanks to Gaz and his source videos and all the rest of it. And every Saturday we have our live show, Go Live, which is growing and doing very well and a lot of fun, where we have usually content creators or developers from around the space come onto our show and just talk to us for a couple of hours. So we have loads of fun with that. But yeah, actually, when it all started, I had no intention of ever going near YouTube or any of that stuff. Gaz always did. Gaz always said, we need to have like this presence on YouTube and stuff and let people get to know us. And I always said, I don't want people to know me. Like, I'm quite an introvert. I'd rather stay in the background. I've spent over 30 years of my life avoiding cameras entirely. And this is one area where he was right. And we've had to go out, and now from entirely absent from to the internet and off camera entirely, I now stream or do YouTube every single day.
Yeah, I mean, I was watching one of your streams yesterday as you were playing Riftbreaker, which we'll talk about that in a little bit. But yeah, myself and Shaun, you'll obviously attest to this. Funnily enough, people probably wouldn't think it about me, but I am quite an introverted person myself when it comes to like my presence online. There's a reason that we don't do this as a video podcast, other than the fact that my internet is shit, is that I don't want people to see my face. I'm happy to hide behind my microphone. That's not a problem at all. So yeah, to see you streaming so frequently and so regularly, and to see you on camera, and obviously I watched you on the XNC podcast as well yesterday with Colton and Fonz. It's good. What we found in the last few weeks is we need to get out of our comfort zone a little bit to push ourselves forward, and it's cool to see you doing that, dude.
Absolutely recommend it, because I'm still a mess before and after any kind of showtime. Like I still dodge cameras like I'm in the Matrix, like all over the place. Nothing can get near me outside of when I'm doing this stuff for Game On Daily. But while it's ongoing, yeah, it's great. It's fun. Just relax into it somehow and have a good time.
It did make me laugh yesterday when I was watching XNC, as Colt said that he loves the dedication of the Brits, because whenever you have to like go onto his show, it's like 2 a.m, bleary eyed. But you had the perfect response is that you're nocturnal, which is something I found.
Yeah, I'm part badger. Yeah, of all the nocturnal animals, I chose a badger.
I know. Well, you could have said a bat, and then I would have had images of you hanging upside down to sleep every night. So badger's fine. Badger is absolutely fine. So yeah, how is the site going, sort of from a day-to-day perspective? Is it picking up how you'd want to, or is there would you like more people to use that social function to get that aggregation tool working a little bit smoother? Yeah,
so there's a couple of challenges that we face. One of them is actually same as almost every industry, is COVID hit just when we really needed to get out and like network, which again, that's Gaz's side of the business. He does the networking. I stay in the background and make things work. But that whole side of it, going and meeting people, was absolutely decimated. So social media has been our only kind of avenue to make any connections with people at all. That's a massive challenge, which hopefully will ease up in the next year. The other one is just that we have so many ideas and so little money to get them done, so little time to get them done. We've invested a hell of a lot into what we've got, but the ideas that we have expand well beyond it. So it's definitely slower than we'd like to build traction, but we are really, really happy with what we've got. So we've got the design work. I know, so Shaun does fantastic design for you guys. And
Shaun is a fucking wizard.
Yeah, your stuff looks fantastic. Our stuff,
thank you.
Like to brag, also looks fantastic.
Oh, it does.
Okay, it's a very different style.
It looks really good.
But yeah, so we're really happy with that. And the technical stuff that is designed for it is going to be a big deal. Like, we're confident that it's going to be a big deal, but it's so hard to get that traction in the first place. And it's sad because like one of our, or probably our biggest like reason for being is to help uplift other content creators and help people build communities and find other people. But we're facing the same challenge ourselves. We need to grow to be able to do that effectively. So
yeah, I totally understand that. I mean, outside of this podcast and outside of video games, my actual day-to-day job is I'm a sales rep. I started the job that I'm in right now a week before lockdown. Just today, 19 months after I started my job, I did my very first site visit and saw a customer for the first time. And so, yeah, those connections that you make face to face, it's been difficult for everyone. Duncan, you loved it because you've just been sat in your pants for 2 years.
Yeah, I just don't like people, so it's good for me being at home. I mean, with kind of like working from home, and it's really kind of highlighted how much I miss the face to face connections and things like that. I mean, I'm sure we probably would have hung out significantly more than we have done over the past few years if there wasn't all this going on. Which might have sped along the pod progression, but just kind of handle it and make do with what you can.
In an ideal world, we would go to maybe a couple of cons, meet people, integrate with people within this industry, but we can't do that. So we have to rely on, that person's DMs aren't open. I have to wait for them to follow me. Like, we don't have that sort of access that maybe other people had 3 or 4 years ago. And so I absolutely feel you on that one. It is a challenge that nobody could have accounted for. But I think you guys are doing a great job. Whenever I watch your Saturday shows, it's always really informative and you know what you're talking about. And it isn't just baseless fanboys screaming on Twitter spaces. Like, you have yourself and Gaz both have those personalities that get you guys recognized, but then you have on top of that the actual knowledge and the industry behind you to back up what you're saying. And that's why I think your stuff is so good that you do on YouTube and on Twitch. And then on the back of that professionalism just completely spreads through to GameOnDaily as well. So anyone who doesn't already use it, go and fucking use it. Like, what are you waiting for? Go now, immediately. But I did want to talk about Riftbreaker because I had never heard of this game until yesterday.
Riftbreaker is...
what is Riftbreaker?
I'm going to say right off the bat that it's fun, so that's a spoiler for what I'm going to say about it.
So you've already beaten Duncan's review there.
Yeah, it's so I remember the trailers for it. I can't remember what event that Xbox were featuring it in their trailers, but at the time it was very kind of standout for the number of enemies that it would throw around on screen. So Riftbreaker is it's part real-time strategy game and part twin stick shooter. So it's got quite in-depth base building mechanics like you'd expect from a Command and Conquer or something like that. But instead of training infantry and tanks and an army and then sending them into battle, you're constantly upgrading your own mech suit. So you're training, you're researching, and you're getting more ammunition and guns and balancing all of your resources and whatever. But then you wade out into battle yourself, twin stick shooting. And it looks gorgeous. It's a really good looking game. So I've played it on the Xbox Series X for a bit, which is where I started playing it. And I was streaming it and someone jumped into the stream and started asking about these voting options that you get on Twitch. And it turns out, I didn't know this when I started playing, but it has a really nice Twitch integration for streamers where every 6 or 7 minutes, it prompts your audience to kind of vote on something that's going to afflict you in game. So I moved over to the PC version, which also looks gorgeous. The Series X looks gorgeous. The PC version, as you'd hope for a PC version, looks slightly better. There's a couple of extra ray tracing options. But you go in there, you're building up your base, you've got these towers, you're managing 5 or 6 different resources, and then a crowd vote comes up. and they destroy your base with a meteor shower or something like that. They could be nice. They can give you more of these precious resources that they need, but my community, they're not going to do that for me. So usually, they summon an extra boss battle, or they make the enemies stronger for a while, or there's like a blood moon, and all these different options come up. So I haven't actually got very far because I'm jumping onto Twitch, going into survival mode, and in survival mode, you're tasked to just like survive for an hour and a half. That's it. Build your base up, survive. It's going to get exponentially more difficult the longer you're in there. Do your best. And as soon as I'm going, well, there's a tornado or a meteor shower or acidic yeast infection. That one was devastating. If you get a yeast infection, treat it. That's what I'm saying. Treat it early, or you'll run into problems.
What killed you in Riftbreaker? Thrush.
Yeah, pretty much. Acidic thrush, to be fair. But
hydrochloric thrush.
Yeah, I'm just having a great time with it. It's an indie game, and I will say if you're playing on a controller, which I'm doing even on the PC, it's quite a heavy game in terms of menus and controller inputs. You need to be pretty comfortable with the controller to give that a go. But no, it's really good. There's just tons. You can smash up. The first thing that you notice is it drops your mech into the world, and all of the kind of fauna and glowing mushrooms and things, they all kind of explode around you.
Don't mention mushrooms. Duncan might fucking melt down.
And start skipping through the rest of the fauna, just destroying everything. Yeah. So yeah, that's the Riftbreaker, summed up by me, who's only played an hour and a half several times over before my community destroys me.
Well, I really, really like that Twitch integration. I think that's very, like you say, for streamers, that's a really good way of interacting with people. I enjoy that. I wouldn't enjoy it if I got an acidic yeast infection and I was like 87 minutes in. But yeah, I might have to check it out. It looks gorgeous. I don't know if Shaun or Duncan, if you've had a look at it at all.
Yeah, it does look great.
Oof, it looks nice. And yeah, watching you play it yesterday, just how visceral it all looks. And sorry, Duncan, trigger warning. I'm going to talk about mushrooms. When you're like punching the mushrooms, how they like explode in the particles of it all. It does not look like an indie game. I hate that phrase because indie games can look great, but it doesn't look like an indie game at all. It looks like it's really one of those, polished.
Like The Ascent is an indie game that was very ambitious with its visuals.
Yeah.
But it's funny that you mentioned the sound of the mushrooms. Or you blow up these mushrooms and they make a really satisfying squelch noise. Some of the other sound effects do kind of betray it as an indie game because some of them sound like they needed some monstrous noise. Developer stand in the corner and screech. But apart from a few dodgy sound effects, it's technically really impressive.
Well, I am literally adding it to my download now queue on my Xbox Game Pass app.
Be sure to play it on Twitch, Harry.
Well, I don't have a Twitch, so it'll be a bit difficult. And it would just be you watching me, and it'll be you just screwing me over. That's a lot.
Yeast!
Yeah, just you screaming yeast at me. And I'm like, no, Shaun, it's yeet. It's yeet. I think we need a yeast shirt now, don't we, of just yeast.
Not sure we do. Really.
I think we do. Yeah. I think we absolutely do.
Jar of Marmite on it.
Yeah, there we go. Bosh, Riftbreaker is literally downloading as we speak. Oh no, that's going to tank my fucking Zencaster. Shit. No, I'll be...
Here we go.
No, I'll be all right. Don't worry. Now, Asa, you have also played a little bit of Left 4 Dead 3. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Back 4 Blood 1. Duncan, have you played any Back 4 Blood?
Yes, a little bit.
Cool. Shaun, you've played a little bit?
A bit more than a little bit. I finished the campaign earlier.
I've played a little bit. I don't like it. So, Shaun,
should I start a kick off?
Yeah, I know you hate it, Harry. I want to listen to Shaun.
I was just
gonna.
I don't
because Harry always starts it with a question, so I was just going to start it with a question of. So, Harry, how did you find this team-based shoot 'em up?
Not very great because I don't like playing online, and although this game gives you the option to play solo, it doesn't give you the option to progress in solo. So it was utterly pointless. And then there were times where I would join games, but then all of the people that were in my games, all three of them would leave, and then it just would not progress me. And it was frustrating. Annoyingly, the gameplay, like the actual gunplay of it, is really good and satisfying and squelchy. But I've got some issues with it. The mini bosses, they're too frequent, too unbalanced, and not well paced enough, and it completely ruins the atmosphere of the game when you just see like 7 of these lanky bastards with long arms running at you. I don't feel like the bosses, like the ogres, carry enough weight behind them, and they don't feel very special or boss-like other than having a red bar above their heads. The AI is completely fucking useless to the point of just like frustration. So even if you're in a game with 3 actual people and 1 bot, you are constantly having to like shepherd the bot along, and it's like worse than Left 4 Dead 2 and Left 4 Dead 1 AI somehow. But it looks nice. But yeah, it just why put solo in there if you can't progress in the game in solo? Like just don't put it in there. So yeah, that's my frustrations. Oh, and I don't care about the card system. Like it pisses me off. So yeah, Shaun, go ahead. Oh, cool. The jukebox bit was fun.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, with your main faults, I would agree with them. The one major fault being that there's no progression in solo play.
Pointless.
Like, that just it doesn't make sense. But they've said they're gonna fix that. So hopefully it's not too long for them to do that. The 2 minor faults, with the like mutated / mini bosses, they are a bit too frequent in most of the chapters. But again, that's something that's easy. They can easily fix, like spawn rates and that with an update. Yeah. And the other one for me was the sound design, or like the suspense of bigger enemies was.
Oh yeah, you'll just turn around and there'll be like lacking. 7 massive cunts whacking you.
Yeah, or like there's a level where you have to fortify a church quickly to be able, like at the end of the level, to turn it into a safe room, and they'll just pop up like at the window, and you'll be like, oh okay, there's one there, and then everyone will shoot it. And I just think it'd be a lot better if it was like the Left Dead had done it, where there'd be the sort of 10-second build up before where you hear one, and like maybe there's a bit of camera shake if it's like a big tanky guy.
I was really. Sorry, Shaun, that's the thing, that my only kind of problem with it was the fact that I missed like the tension from the tells of the special thing. So like that kind of bassy tank music or the witch cry, just didn't get any of that at all, and it just made it feel a little bit flat for me.
Yeah, there's a I'm not one to talk about horrors in any way or how to do horror, because I normally fucking hate horror, but there's a sort of, I guess, building block for horror where the suspense is more impactful than the actual sort of moment. So like in horrors, if there's like a minute of build up where you know the thing is sort of in the same room as the person, that is more terrifying than the quick like half a second jump scare that happens, sort of thing. It's about the like the build up and suspense of it. And that's kind of missing a bit with most of the enemies in Back 4 Blood at the moment. But again, that could be something that they fix in an update, I imagine. But other than that, I've been having an absolute blast with it. It's also refreshing to see a game launch, as far as I know, with 0 major bugs or like server problems on launch, and they haven't like leaned into loot boxes and microtransactions for all their cosmetics and unlockables, because everything is unlocked through either like accomplishments in game or mainly the supply lines where you use your supply points to unlock stuff. Like there's 0 stuff that you have to buy a loot box for or microtransactions.
I'm very surprised by that, because as soon as the card game sort of aspect of it came about, I thought, well, that's just going to be rife for loot boxes. So I'm glad that they've not gone that route.
They got ripped to pieces, didn't they? They got ripped to pieces after Evolved.
Oh, they got shredded. I mean, didn't they release DLC before they even showed gameplay?
Mm-hmm. Pretty much, yeah. Someone came out and said, I can't remember who it was, if it was them or the like publishers, came out and said that the game was built from the ground up for DLC or something along those lines. So
I'm glad that they've not gone that route. My issues aside, it is a fun game to play fundamentally. I'm just whelmed by it. Like, it's okay. Like, it's all right. Get to shoot zombies in the face. There's a few things I like. There's a few things I don't like. I've got no massive glaring issues with it, other than the fact that I like playing solo. And I even like playing Left 4 Dead 1 and Left 4 Dead 2 solo, because it didn't have fucking brain dead AI. But yeah, my main issues are just with some of the implementations of solo mode and the mini bosses. Like, that's my main issues. Dunks, have you been having some fun in it?
Yeah, so I played it with mates, just like the first half of the first act, I think, so up until the bridge bit. On the whole, I really enjoyed it. So I kind of have the same gripes as you, Harry. So with the card system, didn't do it for me. I get it, but I'm just not. Anytime I see cards in any game, I just switch off, because it just doesn't interest me. But I thought the gunplay was really good. I quite liked the upgrade system of just like picking up like better guns as you're going along. I had like one quite nice moment with a mate where we both had the same gun, like an LMG, and there was like an epic or a purple hollow scope. And I was like, no, you have it, mate. And we had like a nice little, no, you need it more than me. I've got this thing, you have it more. It's quite a nice little bit of teamwork. But yeah, it's the same things that you guys already said. Like the tension of the amount of specials is a bit silly, because straight away I'm like, there's a fucking explodey cunt. And then, there's him again. And then you just know just to step to one side and he'll run past you. But then saying that, we had like a really like intense moment on the bridge where I think I fucked it up, and I had like 1 second to get off the boat and onto the bridge, and we were all like screaming down the mic. There's loads of fun. But yeah, I mean, on the whole, I think it's pretty good. So yeah, not much to whinge about it from me, really. It's good.
I think because the card system I absolutely love. It's like one of my favorite parts about the game. I think the only way I can describe it to people that haven't sort of played it is some tabletop games. So the sort of tabletop games I love are ones where it is like that, where it's like the game against all the players. It's not you're playing against the other players that are with you. So games like Pandemic and that, where you'll work together to beat the game, and then after every turn, the game's just like, nah, fuck you, and you turn over a card and it like throws everything on its head, which is basically kind of like how the card system in Back 4 Blood works. So you've got the corruption cards where every level will be like, there's fog everywhere now, so you can't see 5 feet in front of you, or it'll be like, we're going to chuck a boss in at this part. So I think it gives it a bit more replayability. And then on the player side, it opens up a bit more like freedom for creating classes and that. So I've had the first one I done was, I think it was Holly with the like spiked bat, and done a melee build where I was just whacking this bat everywhere with my stamina like up full as it can go. And then the next one I done was Hoffman with a LMG, where he just basically doesn't run out of ammo and you just shoot everything in sight. And then currently working on a healing build with Doc, where I think there was a card I unlocked earlier where you heal. When you heal people, you heal yourself as well, so it's like just a massive healing sort of role. But it just feels a bit more variety, because if I remember right from Left Dead, I basically just played the same thing every time. I'd be like, AK, and then sort of just that's it. Whereas with the cards Back 4 Blood, you can play each level differently.
I didn't have that issue with Left 4 Dead because it was like the gunplay and the gameplay loop just worked for me. And I feel like as much as I like Back 4 Blood, like I don't love it, but as much as I like it, the card aspect for me, I've been frustrated by it more than I've enjoyed it. There have been times where I've really enjoyed it, but one of the cards that I had was don't scare the birds and you'll win 500 extra bronze. And we stepped out of the door and every cunt just started shooting birds. Like they were like, haha, that'll be funny. And so the team, it's a team game. The team that I was with just decided that every single bird they saw, they would shoot. And that pissed me off massively.
Oh, I'm that kind of player. I played with Colt and Gaz, and every time they're beside an explosive barrel, like, I'm sorry, you shouldn't have stood there. I can't not. I was terrified of playing Back 4 Blood, but not for obvious reasons. The first Left 4 Dead came out, and I tried to play that, but I had a newborn baby at the time. So I got about 10 minutes into a multiplayer game, and then some screaming started, and I never got to play Left 4 Dead. Left 4 Dead 2 came out. I had my next newborn child, played for 10 minutes, screaming started, never got to play again. Back 4 Blood came out. I've not got a newborn, but 9 minutes in, I broke out into a nervous sweat. I was like, it's not going to happen, is it? It's not going to happen. I'm going to get through this one. But you actually made a really good point about the lack of tension. Like, that's what I think that would make a massive difference in elevating it if some of these like special monsters that are around weren't just suddenly like, here's 4 of these again, but we're actually a bit further out,
like
making scary noises for a while. Yeah, like the witch. That would make a massive difference to just the overall pacing of the game. Obviously, the AI is like beyond a joke bad. They just get stuck in door frames and sit there shooting the floor, and you can't understand how that's shipped like that. But it's got weird shooting mechanics as well. The targeting is you can disable it in the options menu, but then you're disadvantaging yourself. But at times, if you've got certain weapons, you aim down sights and it picks an enemy for you. It's like tab targeting on a PC game. It doesn't make any sense. It's too strong.
Have found that. I didn't like the auto aim, so I turned it off. And as soon as I turned it off, I just was being killed almost immediately, and I was like, oh, I need that back on. Like that needs to be turned immediately back on, or I will not survive the rest of this game. But I think part of the reason they may have done that is because of the volume of mini bosses that they throw at you. Because if I'm correct, I think it also locks on their weak points, and so if they throw 4 of these lanky bastards and explodey boy at you, just to be able to like tab lock on and shoot their weak spots and kill them immediately makes it makes it a little bit more sort of manageable, which seems like they're fixing a problem that they've caused themselves. Because my favorite thing about Left 4 Dead is there was no auto aim, and if you were no good at aiming, you would get killed a lot and you would suffer a lot of damage. I never feel like I'm in peril in this game. I just sort of exist in the world, and if there's 20 zombies around me, I'll just spin around and shoot a little bit, or I've got a baseball bat that can just kill 9 zombies with one whack. Like I've never felt like, oh shit, I'm in trouble here. I never got that feeling that I got with the Left 4 Dead games.
You might in the later parts. There's so basically, I still enjoyed Act 1. Like I said, I enjoyed the whole game, but Act 2 and 3 really pick up some of the moments there. And without giving too much away, there's like a middle school sort of level. There's a level where you're in like I can't remember what they're called, like a mobile hospital sort of thing. So you've got all the like pop-up tents and that, and there's corpses everywhere. So I don't know how to describe it. Like the environmental sort of aspects give it that atmosphere of you being in more like peril than Act 1. But yeah,
I just always felt invincible. That was my issue. I always felt like I was always going to kill everything I looked at.
See, I find it a lot more. Not a lot more difficult, but it relies a lot more on teamwork than Left 4 Dead. So Left 4 Dead, you could just bomb on ahead, clear stuff out, get to the safe room, bang, done. Whereas this one, if you don't stick together, you will most likely fail at some point in the run. But I think a lot of people will learn, because at the moment, people are bombing forward quicker than the fucking wheelchair lady from Good Life, from the sounds of it. And but I imagine they'll learn over the coming weeks. Once more people have like played it more and more, they'll learn. So hopefully match-made teammates will be a bit better. But also with the going back with the AI quickly as well, I think, because I was doing a bit of testing earlier, I think for some reason that how shit they are is tied to how many human players there are in the group. So when it's been me and 1 or 2 other people, the AI does fuck all. It just sort of hobbles about on a like counter and then doesn't do any shooting or anything. And then there's a couple of times where the people in my server have left and I've just been left with 3 bots, and they'll literally just carry the level for me. I could just stand there and they'll shoot every zombie, kill everything. I'll just walk a bit forward a bit more and they'll walk forward, kill everything, drop ammo. So I think
as someone who played all of Act 1 with 3 bots, I'd like to say that that's bullshit, Shaun, because I was pulling my hair out with the AI.
I'll put the footage on because I captured some of it where it was just me and the bots.
Maybe it's if the player leaves.
Was you doing it solo, or was you? Because I went on campaign, and initially I had like 2 other people match-made with me, and then they left after we died once, and then it was just me and 3 bots.
The difference here is Harry was saying that he finds the game really easy and he's invincible. So Harry's probably really good at the game, so the bots don't do a lot. So Shaun,
you're shit.
I ain't that bad. But I just sort of stood back and was like, oh man, I haven't seen them kill people before.
Where's the skip joyfully button on my controller?
Where's the whimsical music that's playing in the background?
Oh, look, a rabbit. I'll take a picture of that.
And yeah, like you said, Barroom Blitz is one of the most fun levels in games in like recent years.
Yeah, Barroom Blitz was good fun.
I wish we could play it like sound and all for people to see without getting another copyright strike, but I imagine we would.
Well, I've only played that level twice, and both times I've played it, someone else has gone to the jukebox. Can you choose what music plays?
No, it's randomized between 12 songs, I think. So what songs did you get?
I had Black Betty twice.
Okay. I had Black Betty, Ace of Spades, and I don't know what it's called. I'm going to have to find the name of it quickly on my Spotify because I've got the playlist of all the songs it plays. But it's like
Tiptoe Through the Tulips by by Tiny Tim.
No, it's called Miserlu by Dick Dale.
I don't know that.
Oh, it's the Pulp Fiction track. Nice.
Yeah, I'll play it briefly and just bleep it out in the sound.
Oh, yeah, no, I do know that one.
That one. Oh, and Tick Tick Boom by the Hives.
That sounded just like when I used to say Paul on the podcast and it was just a bleep noise. Surprising that, isn't it, Shaun? I've got to do loads of fucking editing this week.
But yeah, one of my favourite levels in recent years. literally smile on my face the whole time, just killing zombies in a bar with rock music blasting out.
Speaking of having a smile on your face, Shaun,
Yes.
should we do something that gives nobody smiles on their faces?
Oh, it puts a smile on my face.
Does it?
Yeah.
Christ. Well, it's that time.
It didn't last week.
It's game in 60 seconds. Now, firstly, I want to apologise for 2 of the clues last week. Firstly, Connor with core skyline, which
No
is
apology is needed for that. That was
one
genius.
of the dumbest clues you ever had. So Shaun, what's another word for a skyline?
A horizon, Harry.
So it's 4 cores horizon. Forza Horizon 4. That's
not the logic. The logic is core sounds like car.
What?
That's how he literally explained it to all of us at the same time.
But when he said it, it sounded like 4 cores, as in Forza 4 core. Whatever.
That's a big leap you've taken there.
No, it's because you literally swapped the W in core with
Duncan?
an R.
I took the leap, did I? Not
what,
Connor.
From cores to Tsar? Come on. Come on, mate.
All right, what was your clue, mate?
Mine was whack whack.
Now, first of all, they don't make that fucking noise, do they, Duncan?
I don't know, mate. I'm not taking
honk.
it that serious.
They honk.
Oh, I'm so sorry, everyone.
Honk. That's the noise that a goose makes. So what game was that?
Oh, that was Mighty Goose.
I genuinely could. The only reason I know what game it was because I read this script where Harry's put it. And when edited, I was like, what the fuck could that be?
It's because geese don't quack. They honk.
Oh, dear.
I still don't think I would have got it.
Someone's a little facetious, aren't they? Fucking hell.
Well, the reason I'm facetious is because of my amazing Photoshop skills.
No, it was Microsoft Paint.
What's wrong with that?
It's not Photoshop, is it?
Well,
don't you go week in, week out, I bring out Photoshop masterpieces. And then last week you're like, oh, I've done this in Photoshop. It was just a scribbly drawing that a 2-year-old could have done of a mountain.
It wasn't a scribbly drawing. It was a load of hills. And one of the hills was upset because he had no mates. And he kept getting really ill. And he was getting sicker and sicker. And that was Lonely Mountain Downhill.
Almost choked on my toast in rage.
Because he's lonely, he's a mountain, and he's going downhill. So I think that one works brilliantly well, Shaun. And I think it was amazing Photoshop skills. Now, I can't remember the clue that I've come up with this week. So I'm going to quickly go through our Facebook Messenger chat. And Duncan, if you can give your clue this week.
Ready?
I'm ready.
Punchy, slippy cunts.
What? Sorry.
Do you want it again?
Should have known not to have a drink of beer.
Yep. Go for that one again.
Punchy, slippy cunts.
Punchy, slippy cunts. Duncan.
Yeah.
What is that? Yeah, I'll give you that one, mate. That's a good one. I've just remembered mine, and I told it to you guys earlier on. I'm really proud of that half dozen people with a trebuchet. So I'm really proud of that half dozen people with a trebuchet, and that is... I'm happy with that one.
Oh, I get it now.
Yeah, you get it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I've just realised I'll have to bleep all of that out.
Yep.
Shaun.
Roll up.
Microsoft Paint time.
It's masterpiece return time.
Okay.
It's been 2 weeks and it's been worth it. So it will be on the Discord in 3, 2, 1. There we go.
Oh my God. Hang on. Okay, now for the people that are listening to this on Spotify, because there is still 3 or 4 of you, this is Desperate Dan's head coming out of a rhino's arse. What the fuck? The only thing I can think of is this Zoo Tycoon?
No.
What the fuck? I can't even breathe, Shaun.
I've got no idea.
What the fuck is this?
Asa, have you got turning?
Have you got any clue what this could be?
I'm too disturbed to think straight.
Is it Desperate Dan?
That is Desperate Dan,
Yeah.
The game isn't Desperate Dan.
I don't get what it could be. Go on then, Shaun.
Okay, so what and what
Fucking hell.
Jesus Christ. That's horrendous.
Hell, Shaun.
Oh, no.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Oh, my God. That's the worst one you've ever done.
Oh, I don't know. Bad company was pretty bad.
Oh, shut up. You're bellends, both of you. Oh, my God. Well, that's how we're ending it, is it right? That's how...
I just look at it still.
That's how this podcast ends, with a rhino's anus. And that is not a sentence I thought I'd be saying today.
And Desperate Dan. Don't forget that.
And Desperate Dan. Well, thanks, Asa, for coming along today. I'm so sorry that you had to bear witness to this monstrosity. Oh, my God.
It'll be a few days, but I'll recover.
Lovely. Thank you, honestly, so much for coming here. It's been a pleasure to have you on. I'm sure we'll get you on again sometime. Again, if people need to find your content and they need to find Game On Daily and they want to find your Twitch account, how can they find you, mate? Yeah, so I've loved being on. It's been great fun. You can find me on GameOnDaily.com all the time. We've got the Game On Daily YouTube channel. Me, myself, I'm on Asa_GameOnDaily on Twitch and Twitter all the time. And I've got a YouTube channel of the same name where I update, just stick some random, usually HDR gameplay footage. That's worth a little look as well. There we go. So, yeah, honestly, mate, it's been wicked to have you on. I can only apologise for the monstrosity of what you've just had to witness.
The genius, you mean?
Mate, don't even get me started. Genuinely, if anyone doesn't already use Game On Daily, be sure to check it out and you will not regret it. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in this week. If you don't already subscribe to us on YouTube, I've gone through the analytics. Duncan, do you remember a few weeks ago I said 19% of our watchers aren't subscribers? Mate, it's gone up. 26% of the people this last 7 days that watched our podcast did not subscribe to us. That is just...
Does that mean you're getting new people watching, though? I don't know, is that
Technically, yeah.
Technically, yes, but it means that they're pissing off and not coming back. So subscribe to us.
Well, fuck them then.
No! Don't say that, Duncan. God's sake. That's where we're going to leave it.
This is where the drop-off point is on this episode.
Yeah, we're about, what, 68 minutes in? Yeah, who needs new people to listen to the podcast? Fuck the lot of them.
If you can buy our merch on your way out the door, that would be great.
Yes, please do. And smash that like button. Or just even the dislike button. It turns out, Duncan, that even if someone dislikes the video, it still goes towards YouTube's algorithm of interaction with the video.
Yeah. Thanks, so Guy.
Who fucking cares, you loser?
He's honestly, still watching. Yeah, it was like 3/4 of the way through the episode that dislike popped up.
Mate, so he must really enjoy our show.
He secretly loves us still.
He does. So if you do stick around after this episode on YouTube, we will have a review of an additional Duncan Voices Indie choice for the neat little inspector game Spaceboat. And we'll see you soon. Thank you very much. Bye, guys.
Catchphrase.
Oh, fucking
unbelievable.
Keep on listening.
And keep on gaming.
There we go. And I'll fade us back out. I'll fade us back out. Well, Asa, honestly, mate, thank you very much.
Welcome to this after episode special of Duncan Voices Indie Choices, and this time he's going to be reviewing the game Spaceboat, made by Recombobulator Games. That was a mouthful and a half. I actually got it right there. So, I have no idea what this game is about, other than that there's some cats, I think.
The most important bit. Yeah.
How'd you find it?
It's great. Well, it's currently a Kickstarter game, which ends on the 4th of November. So they approached me and asked me just have a little look at it. So it was Lauren Clare, who's in charge of the marketing and does some of the voice acting in it. Messaged me a couple of days ago, about a week ago, asked me to have a look, and I took one look at the trailer. So it's developed by a chap called Luis Alonso, who is a former developer on Dead Space and Mass Effect, one of my favourite ever games. And so it's at one look at the trailer, and the main character is based on his pet cat. So sold immediately. If anyone knows me, I bloody love cats. So it's right on my street. So it's a narrative sci-fi adventure game. Effectively like a little kind of like 3D point and click. It's quite a short demo. You can get it on Steam. It's about 15 minutes. But in it, you play as Inspector Domino, who's a cat detective of the Royal Cosmic Narwhal Police, whose main job is to find a shape-shifting thief. And in the demo, you have to find your way onto the titular space boat by working out how to get a boarding pass. And it's your usual fare for these kind of games where you need to give this one character this certain thing, but you need to work out how to get that thing from someone else. And to do it, your cat dons. That's really funny. Dons a big Muppet suit called a mule. So you're this tiny little cat, and it's a massive suit, disguising yourself in with everyone. It looks great. Like, I mean, my PC is not fantastic by any means, but it ran really well. It's like I really dig games that are kind of really saturated with like neon colours. It's got like neon purples and blues. It looks absolutely fantastic. It sounds great. So you've got, like I say, you've got Lauren who did some voice acting in it. The few characters are all voice acted as well, and they're all a bit tongue in cheek. So one of the main vibes I got from the game is that they don't particularly like premium passes and season passes and things like that. So there's one particular character you meet who's a bit of a knob, but he's a whale because he buys up all of the premium DLC. I thought it was quite funny. And because you are a detective, whenever you're speaking to someone to get clues, if there's something that you think will be helpful, you press the right trigger, and then your character will note it down. So then it will open up conversation clues a little bit later on. Because one bit I was really stuck on, and I couldn't work out what I was doing. So I went and spoke to everyone again and realised there was one little bit of text that I needed to note down, and then that opened up the rest of the puzzles. It's really cool. I'm a big fan of it. So when I finished the demo, I was actually quite disappointed because I was really getting into it. Again, show me age massively. It reminds me a lot of a 1997 point and click adventure game called Feeble Files, where you were hopping around different space stations and meeting all these different species, and that's a little bit like what this is like. So you've got this giant blob man thing that sounds like Cartman from South Park. You've got a robot called Karen, who's a bit of a bossy boots. It's great. Really enjoy it. So it's on Kickstarter. It ends on the 4th of November. I'm gonna I'm going to back it after we finish this, because I really hope it gets backed, because it's such a great game. And what Lewis was saying in the video we're showing in a minute, just introduced the Kickstarter themselves. He was saying he just wanted to make something a little bit different, and there's nothing like it that I've played recently at all. So I think we'll pass over now to the Kickstarter video, but yeah, definitely check it out. There's a demo on Steam. It's great. Really enjoyed it. So crossing my fingers it gets backed. So you've got any spare change, please back it, please. Thanks, please. Thanks. All the best.
From a developer that brought you Mass Effect 3 and Dead Space 2 comes a new narrative adventure. In a universe of carpet-based life forms, it's up to me, Inspector Domino, to scour the galaxy and stop a shape-shifting jewel thief before it's too late. Join me, the crew of the IGCL Princess Andromeda. Discover with me strange new life forms, meet cosmic whales, and set sail for an adventure of interplanetary proportions in Spaceboat.
Hi, my name is Luis Alonso. I'm the artist, animator, coder for Spaceboat. I've been in the game industry for over 20 years. I worked on a couple of games like Mass Effect and Dead Space and so on. And I'm looking forward to creating a brand new game that no one's ever seen before, based on some things that I did when I was younger. So it's a long time coming, and I'm looking forward to getting something fresh and something new in the hands of adventure gamers.
Hello, I'm Michelle Franklin. I am an author, and I'm the narrative designer and producer for Spaceboat.
Hello, my name is Lauren Clare. I have been a voice actor, a community manager in the past on a game's first release. I'm also a live streamer, and I absolutely adore video games. And when I'm not playing video games, I'm painting miniatures or playing guitar and trying to sing some songs.
Spaceboat is a passion project we've been working hard on for the last little while. Overall, it's a wholesome universe with fuzzy creatures and comical conversations, but it does have its satirical moments, and it does have an important message. The adventure games that we grew up with exist predominantly in the indie scene nowadays, and have evolved from point and click to a more narrative feel. And the story of Spaceboat is about what happens when a pleasant and wholesome place gets taken over by greed and corporations. It's a serious subject, but it's done with a lot of humor. We were inspired by the games we played when we were growing up, games like Monkey Island and Space Quest, and we want to bring that flavor back to the adventure game scene with a vaporwave, Muppet-like sort of look. We can't wait for you to try Spaceboat for yourselves, and we hope you'll support our game. And as Earl says, don't forget to pre-order!
I just pre-ordered Spaceboat, guys! Yeah, it's a piece of paper. It says, I owe you a game. Oh. Very funny game devs, very funny. Hey, that was $80. I want my money back.